South Africa is abusing international law to protect Hamas genocidaires. Hamas tortured, raped, and murdered over 1,100 Israelis, and Israel is accused of genocide? That doesn't make any sense. Let's unpack this. October 7th was the worst mass murder of Jews since the Holocaust. In a perverse inversion of facts and morals, South Africa has charged Israel with genocide before the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. The goal is to pressure Israel to end the war against Hamas, allowing it to rebuild and carry out more genocidal acts. South Africa is cynically using the Genocide Convention to protect Hamas terrorists. Hamas, which carried out the murderous October 7th attacks, has never hit its genocidal goal, the destruction of the State of Israel and the slaughter of its Jewish population. Its foundational charter states that the end of times will not come until even the rocks and the trees will scream out, "There's a Jew behind me, O Muslim, come and kill him." Following October 7th, Hamas terrorists were found with detailed maps of Israeli communities and homes, and orders to kill as many people and take as many hostages as possible. Bodies were so badly mutilated that some, even 3 months later, cannot be identified. Hamas's leaders have repeatedly promised there will be more such massacres in the future. This is the Hamas that South Africa wants to protect. Israel from the beginning has clearly defined its military goals: the elimination of the Hamas military threat and the return of kidnapped Israelis. Any state would act to keep its citizens safe. Gaza is a small, densely populated urban area. Despite these conditions, Israel takes pains to distance civilians from the battlefield, for example, calling on civilians to move south from the northern strip. Israel is the first country in the history of warfare to issue detailed grids marking safe zones for civilians, despite this giving Hamas advance warning of Israeli strikes. Even these humanitarian measures are twisted by South Africa as proof of Israel's evil intent. Meanwhile, Hamas burrows itself into civilian centers, using residential areas, schools, hospitals, mosques for terrorist purposes. Humanitarian aid is seized by Hamas terrorists to arm their forces and power their military, leaving the civilian population at risk. South Africa stands with Hamas. Will the ICJ make a mockery of international law and stand with terrorists, rapists, and genocidaires?